What's good, folkers? Snap Turtle in the van. On my way to work. Well, I've been working, but it is what it is. Part of the game. How y'all doing? How you doing? Typically, I don't speak too much on trivial matters such as hip hop news and hip hop gossip and hip hop feuds and shit like that. But I found the perfect story to use as a parallel to some real world shit, some real serious shit going on in the world today. And I'll start with the question. Is Eminem the Jew of hip hop? Or the LMNOP of hip hop? Yep, that's the question I asked. Is Eminem the Jew or the LMNOP of hip hop? And I ask this because of a recent feud between Royce the 5'9" and Lord Jamar from Brand Nubian. Okay, Royce the 5'9" is the best friend of Eminem. Like, they're best friends. They grew up together, you know what I'm saying? All this other shit, lived in Detroit together, whatever the case may be. And the feud started because Lord Jamar said that, Eminem is a dope rhymer, right? He's real well. He's real well. Okay. So he rhymes words and puts words together, rearranges them. Just does voices real well, has good delivery, and all this other shit. But as far as content is concerned, not one of his favorites. He doesn't really dig his content too much. He said he can't relate to it, like wanting to kill his moms and, mom's on meth and whatever the case may be, crack cocaine, living in a trailer. He can't relate. He couldn't relate to his rhymes, you know what I'm saying? And so, that was Lord Jamar's opinion. Okay? Just his opinion, that's what he feels. And, he has the authority. And he has, he has some legs to stand on because he is part of one of the best groups that ever did it. Okay? His group actually brought awareness to the black community to a degree. It just is what it is. So he does have the experience, he has the knowledge, and he has the veteranship to speak on shit like that. But here's a key thing that he said. He said when Eminem was out, like when he first came out, and he ride through the hood, ride through the ghetto, visit the ghetto, whatever the case may be, he didn't hear Eminem blasted everywhere. Okay, he didn't. It just gangsters, people like that, people that he could relate to, people that could relate to that certain type of life, weren't just blasting Eminem out of their window, out of their cars. And I gotta say, being 39 years old, when Eminem did come out, I didn't hear too much of people playing his music where I live, in South Central LA. I went to Crenshaw High School, even when I was out in the streets, doing my thing when I was 16, 17, 18 years old, like, it just people wasn't blasting it like that. Not hood people. Not people that were in the position I was in. And that's just real spit. We just weren't doing it. I didn't start blasting Eminem until I got in the Army. And even in the Army, where you had white boys from the South, just a different mix of people, I was really the only one blasting Eminem's second record. I think it was Encore. To me, that's my favorite album of Eminem's. But Lord Jamar, in my mind, I agree with him. I would have to agree with him. The largest group of people buying his albums were white kids, and that's just a fact. Even how he was rapping, the way he rhymed words, his delivery and all that shit, all that pop, not even poppy, but just that in your face, shock value. Just even the music that he rhymed to, it was kind of like zany and all that other shit. Hi, my name is. Come on. Hi, my name is. Hey, Mike. Can you imagine a B-Dog or a Loke sitting up here talking about, hi, my name is who? My name is what? My name is Sticky Slicky Slam Shady. We weren't doing that. They weren't doing that. It just wasn't happening. It just wasn't. And cats didn't really start digging Eminem until the Chronic 2000 came out in 1999 when I was in Arizona, and people were bumping Chronic 2000 because it was Dr. Dre's opus, okay, magnum opus. That was his magnum opus to a degree. That was his best work. That was his, he never had to create another album after that. And yeah, Eminem was all up and through that, doing his zany, shock value rhyming. But, we were there for Snoop. We were there for Dr. Dre. We were there for Exhibit. For everybody that was on that album. It just is what it is. And even after that, cats wasn't digging on him. Like, come on. Yes, he's a great battle rapper. 80%, I say about 50 to 80% of hip hop artists don't want to see him in a battle. You just don't, because he's just that clever with his words, and that's the extent of his skill level to me. He rhymes words well. He has great delivery. He does all kind of different zany voices. You know what I'm saying? He's kind of like the Nicki Minaj. Nicki Minaj is kind of like that. Now she's not as clever as he is with the rhyming, but that zany, different. You know how Nicki gets with changing the inflection of her voice, going up and down, and doing little weird little deep voices and high voices and all that shit. Y'all know what I'm talking about. But as far as content, unrelatable. His content to me wasn't that great. I'm big on content in regards to hip hop. Your content has to be hitting on something. You got to be talking about something. You feel me? And Eminem, some have said already, Mom Spaghetti, like, okay, cool. And I'm not saying that he can't relate to other people or that he doesn't have good content to others. It's just my opinion is Lord Jamar's opinion. We are entitled to express our opinion. I have the authority to speak on it because I grew up listening to hip hop. I have a good taste for hip hop. I know, you know what I'm saying? I've even been known to freestyle pretty good. If you catch me on a good day. So I do have some authority, not as much as Lord Jamar, not as much as Royce the 5'9", not as much as Joe Budden and all these other cats, but it doesn't matter. It's my opinion. I can speak my opinion. It's a free world. I'm entitled to free speech, and as is Lord Jamar. But what happens is, your boy Royce the 5'9", he can't stop caping for Eminem. If you are world renowned, if you are well known out in the hip hop community, and you speak out against Eminem, he finds a way to defend Eminem, even though Eminem is not defending himself outside of a record, because Eminem won't really say nothing in a normal speaking. Like, he just won't say it. He'll write about it and rap. He'll rap a diss to you. He ain't gonna come out and speak out against nobody. But Royce the 5'9" feels the need to. Well, Royce, could it be that your views on this are highly subjective, that you're being biased? Because you're sitting up here saying, it's like putting a lube on before you give it to somebody, right? You say, oh, Lord Jamar, you're a legend, this, that, and the third. Like, no, listen, if you have no intention on being respectful or not disrespecting somebody, don't butter people up. Just come out with it. And I would agree with certain people that Royce is passive aggressive. He's passive aggressive. You know, he wants to take it to the street, to the fighting words and shit. You know, he won't say it in my face, or I knock his teeth out, shit like that. Like, for what? Well, Eminem is a grown ass man, and that's why Machine Gun Kelly got on Eminem's head about some Detroit gangster that has his back. Like, why you got to call on other people to defend you? And yeah, listen, we're all entitled to our opinion. Lord Jamar is entitled to his opinion. Royce the 5'9", you're entitled to your opinion. If you feel like cats were listening to that, or if you feel like he sat up there and said Lord Jamar isn't cool, you ain't the yardstick for this, that, and third. Who are you to say who is and who isn't the yardstick? Oh, because you rhyme well? Because you're a good rapper to some people? Oh, because you're sitting in Eminem's shadow and can't get more than $30,000 worth of sales, or 30,000 units sold, or whatever the case may be, because you can never get from under Eminem's shadow because you refuse to let the man stick up for himself. You're never going to come up from under him and hit like you're supposed to. Your last album was great. Well, no, I don't know if it was his last album, The Book of Ryan. That shit was hard as fuck. The point is, you don't have the authority to tell someone when and when they can't shit on Eminem. If people want to say Eminem isn't the dopest rapper, and that's another thing, Eminem is not the GOAT. I will challenge anybody on that. I can name about 20 or 30 artists that can hit him. You know what I'm saying? That are better to me. And you know, again, this is my opinion. You know, I could, well, 20 or 30. That's probably a little far fetched, but I can name quite a few people. Lupe Fiasco, Crooked Eye, Black Thought, Andre 3000, Big Boy from Outkast. That motherfucker can spit. He's underrated too. He can spit. Who else? Shit, Ice Cube. Talking about content too, y'all. Ice Cube. Man, I can name some people. MF Doom. Supernatural. Freaking. I mean, there are people out there that are better than Eminem. That he's not the hottest. Come on, you know. Who else? I can name some people. Give me some time. I'll name some people. But here's the point. Whenever you say something negative about Eminem, or if you don't say that he's the GOAT, if you don't say that he's the best rapper ever to do it, all these cats come out the woodwork, call you salty, call you a hater, this, that, and the third. You can't say nothing negative about Eminem because people will fly out of the, you know, like I just said. And we're racist. Like, come on. And, you know, if you go look at the comments, it's just, there's just a whole shitload of ad hominem attacks to anyone who speaks out against Eminem as a rapper. If I criticize his work, if I say his content ain't hitting for me, yes, he's a great rhymer. He's good at putting words together and flipping words around. He's a great wordsmith, but he's not in my top 20. People will proceed with the ad hominem attacks. But that they do that because they don't have any real argument against you. And this is what happens when you criticize the Jewish state and the Israeli state. If you criticize the Jewish state or the Israeli state, you are all kind of racist, anti-Semitic. People will cape for them out of nowhere. Like, So you can shit on any other rapper. You can criticize any other rapper, but when you criticize Eminem, the world is about to explode. Same thing with Israel and the Jews. If you criticize the Jews, if you criticize the Israeli state, they want you to go to jail. They want to sue you. They want your channel struck down. You get flagged. You know, people come out and call you anti-Semitic. But at the same time, if you say anything negative about black folks, and or if you do certain things that are very disrespectful to black people, we got to get over it. We're so triggered. We're sensitive. You know, take a joke. You know, all kind of shit. You know, if just like with the Gucci sweatshirt shit, we had to just sit on that. We had to sit on that, just like the coolest monkey in the jungle shit, right? H&M, we had to sit on that, right? We couldn't speak on it. We couldn't say, "Oh, we're offended by that," because everybody would come out. "Oh, racism is over. There's no racism. Get over it. Oh, this, that, and the third." But as soon as you say something about a Jew or an LMNOP member, oh man, oh shit, you better get your sweater, because it's colder than the polar bear's toenails. Oh hell, there you go again talking that shit. Telling you, they're coming to get you. They are even, I mean, come on, they're trying to pass legislation that would see you locked up for saying anything about a Jew. I can say, "Oh, Jews own a lot of property. Oh yeah, you're anti-Semitic. We're gonna lock you up, or we're gonna make you pay a fine." Same thing with the LMNOP community in Canada. If you misgender somebody, if you decide that, no, I'm not going to call you the sex that you're not, I'm going to call you the sex that you are, you can, I mean, come on, you can go to jail for that. But you can say whatever the fuck you want about black people. You can say whatever you want about Irish people. You can say whatever you want about Hispanics. You can say whatever you want about any other group. Hell, you can make the white man the new face of domestic terrorism. You know, the FBI can come out and say that black identity extremists are the most dangerous group in the world and all this other shit. Like, I've never heard of a group called Black Identity Extremists, because there is no group such as that. It's not about a group. It's about anybody who identifies as black that is, you know, pro-black. But I digress. Y'all get the gist of it. You talk shit about black people, even to some of these red pilling ass, cognitive dissonance suffering black people that you know, that sit up here and defend the Jewish state or Israel. When I say Jewish state, I'm talking about the government, the people that run the scenes, that the people behind the scenes that control Israel, and even back here in the States, you know, the Federal Reserve Bank, the huge bank, all these banking systems that are run by the Jewish state, the cybersecurity network that is firmly in the hands of the Jewish state, that they have a backdoor to. You know, if you speak on that, then that's a problem. Just like with Eminem, you speak on Eminem, that's a problem. You're going to get attacked by millions of people if you're famous. And yeah, you might as well not have any authority on anything if you criticize individuals like that. But y'all see what I'm getting at, man. Me, I'm gonna speak my mind. Eminem is not that dope to me. I challenge anyone. Oh, Pharaoh Mach. Pharaoh Mach is way doper than Eminem to me. I mean, come on. Pharaoh Mach. I'll name others as I continue to make videos. They'll come to my mind and I'll blurt them out for you, and I'll remind you. Better than Eminem. Yeah, so that's pretty much what I got to say about the whole situation. Lord Jamar is a grown-ass man, and Royce I know you're from Detroit. You think you're tough. I know he's never going to see the video. But, you know, you're not the only tough individual in the world, man. I mean, I wouldn't sleep on Lord Jamar or whatever the case may be. You know, especially since you say you ride around in New York. I don't know, man. People are entitled to their opinion. And they shouldn't be threatened with physical attacks because they state their opinion. You know, that's weak. And it's even weaker to defend somebody that is not even willing to defend themselves to that degree outside of a hip-hop record where you diss somebody. You know, it's just getting pretty tiring, man. It's ridiculous. Like, your bias is clear, bro. You know, your bias is clear. And of course you're going to use the fanatics. You're going to use the momentum of the fanatics that are behind Eminem to bolster yourself, right? Because Eminem has a lot of fanatics, a lot of stands, as he would say. Anyway, much love to y'all. Hit that like button, share this video, subscribe. They're suppressing my channel, of course. I keep saying that. So if you would please just like the video. If you guys watch it, like it. And yeah, it is what it is. So yeah, I'm going to continue to speak on facts regarding Israel and the things that they're doing. As a matter of fact, I want to do a presentation about the Israeli state and what they're doing all over the world, and especially in this country, and the foothold they have, the foothold of power. For another time, y'all. Much love. Peace.